Robert Mcewen's father gave him an early introduction to a career in investing.
He had me charting stocks when I was 11, and I started investing when I was 12. So my first stock was probably my worst investment. I made 9 times on my money in the space of 18 months, and I thought, boy, that's what the market's like all the time. Took a very long time to repeat that.
Rob's father also influenced his outlook on life. Don Mcewen returned from World War II in an iron lung and was told he would never walk again. Refusing to accept that diagnosis, he worked to regain the use of his legs. Rob says seeing his father's determination shaped his approach to life.
I look at obstacles, and every time I look at it or problems, I'm going, this seems to pale in comparison to what he faced.
Born in April 1950, Rob's early schooling was at St. Andrew's College. He went on to receive a BA from Western University. His first exposure to the mining industry was a summer job at Inco in Sudbury, where he was offered a scholarship.
And I said, well, that's really great. Thanks so much for that support. But mining isn't in my future. And today I look at it and think that's so ironic. But it did give me a basis of understanding underground mining.
In 1978, Rob received his MBA from the Schulich School of Business at York University. Turning down multiple job offers, he decided to take 6 months to travel the world in an old army truck. When he returned, he worked at Merrill Lynch for a few years before joining his father's company.
You know, I always found Rob to be a bit of a visionary, to understand what he was looking at that other people didn't.
Following his father's death, Rob took over Mcewen Eason Limited, which eventually led to a bigger involvement in the mining industry.
After 18 years, I thought, well, let's see what it's like. The probability of making a big discovery is very small, but the possibility exists, and that's what made mining a very special industry to me.
Rob went on to create and grow Goldcorp into a global mining powerhouse.
And over the course of 8 years, I took 5 companies, and there were 3 corporate restructurings, and we compressed them into one, creating Goldcorp Inc.
He had patience that not a lot of other people really portrayed. I think it's that patience that allowed him to develop Goldcorp into such a strong company.
In the mid-90s, the company's investment in an old mine at Red Lake paid off. A $10 million exploration program showed significant results. But at the same time, trouble was brewing with the union.
But it was at a time when the gold prices were heading down. And I said, well, with our workforce, we need to be more innovative, and we wanted a lot of flexibility. And I said, under the current working conditions, this isn't going to work. So they said no.
That resulted in a strike that lasted 46 months, during which Rob received a death threat.
There were SWAT teams, 15 men, full body armor, automatic weapons showed up at my house twice. We replaced all the glass in our basement and first floor with bulletproof glass. Fortunately, nothing went wrong. There was just property damage.
The person who issued the threat was never found. During the strike, exploration continued, and the mill was rebuilt, ready for more efficient production at new levels.
When we started up, we went from 50,000 ounces before the strike to 500,000 ounces after the strike at that mine, and our costs went from $360 an ounce to $60 an ounce.
The Goldcorp Challenge was an example of Rob Mcewen's innovative thinking.
He did a radical thing. He took his geological data, which in the mining industry is a big secret. He published it, and he held a contest. Rob is a real innovator, and he's a very creative thinker, and the expression outside the box kind of fits him pretty well. You know, we all have these paradigms, mental models that put boundaries around what we think. Rob broke that paradigm. And in doing so, he caused many business leaders around the world to think hard about how we orchestrate capability in society to innovate, to create goods and services, and to solve tough problems. And in doing so, he made a big contribution not just to the mining industry, but to business globally.
In 2004, Rob decided it was time to step down from Goldcorp.
We had $400 million in cash. We had no debt. We were the lowest cost gold producer in the world. I said, this is an ideal time to step out. When I left Goldcorp, I got into buying companies. I would buy 10 to 30% of junior exploration companies that needed money, and I thought they had exciting stories.
Rob also used his financial success to give back. He and his wife contribute to many causes, including creating the Mcewen School of Architecture in Sudbury and the Mcewen Center for Regenerative Medicine at the University Health Network. Rob's current focus is Mcewen Mining.
In 2015, we were one of the few mining companies with positive free cash flow. We declared a dividend, and today we went from $15 million to just under $70 million in cash.
When he looks at strategies, he's not just thinking about how to make the company bigger. He's thinking about how to make the company more profitable and how to make the company's share price go up.
In Mcewen Mining, I don't take a salary. I haven't taken a salary for 10 years. I don't have any options. I don't get any bonuses. So I wanted to align myself right next to my share owners. And so the only way I'm going to make money is the same way they do, through a higher share price.